What's going on, everyone? Badger here. Should have like and sub, and let's get into this. And one unfortunate truth about the video game industry is it has been in decline for at least the last decade. Some might say decade plus. But you know what it is. This is no more greater example of this than Star Wars Outlaws coming up, where the base game is approaching on $80, and then in order for one exclusive mission that goes up to 120, 100, all the way up to the most expensive version of the game for 130, when all of this should have been in the base game to begin with. Games release broken, the season pass after season pass, the shallow DLC that used to be content, originally the microtransactions. Anyway, that's a long way to say that the games were struggling before the inclusion of DEI and agenda and ESG money, and that has only made it worse. That has only exposed all the flaws, and unfortunately, all of it combined now is leading to this, and that is people are losing their jobs. Video game companies cannot tank the same losses that movie industry can, and unfortunately, and we're going to see a lot more of this, video game companies just laying off their employees and or canceling projects. So we've got all of that going on here. Grand Theft Auto publisher Take-Two announces brutal cost reduction plan, cuts over 500 employees, and cancels several projects in development, in a particularly brutal entry into the ongoing wave of Western video game industry-related layoffs. Grand Theft Auto and Borderlands publisher Take-Two has announced that in seeking to balance their budgets, they have decided to not only slash its workforce numbers, but also cancel several unannounced projects. And then, of course, the female part of the Bonnie and Clyde, with Bonnie being the leader, of course, protagonist from GTA is who they keep showing there. Not a Latinx, not a Latine, but a Latina. Rather than ensuing a public statement on the matter, the publisher, whose portfolio of offerings also include the NBA 2K, Topspin 2K, WWE 2K, Borderlands, and Red Dead Redemption series, which, oh boy, Red Dead, as well as, in a personal mention, the surprisingly fun Marvel's Midnight Suns. Interesting. Instead, Stealth reversed their upcoming cost reduction measures via an official filing made with the United States Security and Exchange Commission on April 16th. Therein, Take-Two declared that per a collective approval from their board of directors, they would be undertaking a wide-sweeping cost reduction program to the tune of roughly $160 million to $200 million USD. These efforts, explained the publisher, will see the company rationalizing its pipeline and eliminating several projects in development and streamlining its organizational structure, which will eliminate headcount and reduce future hiring needs. Take-Two estimates it will incur approximately $160 million to $200 million in total charges in connection with the program. They detailed the company expects $40 million to $60 million of the total charges to result in future cash expenditures. The total charge consists of approximately numbers, and not a bite to eat. Further, Take-Two then disclosed that in service of their organizational streamlining. What a disgusting term. In service of their organizational streamlining, we gonna fire a bunch of people. They would be working to reduce the company's workforce by approximately 5% by the end of the year. In their annual fiscal report for 2023, the company reported that as of March 31st of the year, their workforce consisted of 11,580 full-time employees. Thus, it is currently as assumed that this 5% cut will see roughly 579 members left without a job in the coming months. Well, that is how maths. As noted above, Take-Two is but the latest Western video game entity who in recent months have found themselves reckoning with the industry's ongoing economic downturn. And yeah, that's what we're talking about. They cannot tank these losses. From The Last of Us studio Naughty Dog to video game live streaming platform Twitch, League of Legends and Valorant developer Riot Games, to instant messaging and voice chat platform Discord, to the titular company behind the Unity game engine, it seems more and more entities are finding out that their current standard operating procedures, whether through their own mismanagement or players finally wishing up wising up to their poor business practices are no longer sustainable. And it's both of those. It's both of those. As we've covered, they have incompetent, corrupted game devs. Many of the veteran ones have left to go form their own studios. And what's left is the dregs of society who aren't even capable of making good product, let alone when they are so narcissistic and infused with DEI. And they have all those predatory practices that we have wised up to. And in the compounding Take-Two's fiscal pain, these layoffs mark the second time in a little over a year that a company has had to make reductions to their team. In March 2023, the company announced that in moving to better align our organization with our long-term priorities, they had cut an undisclosed number of employees from their private divisions label. And so there we go. That unfortunately is the end result of this is you're getting people fired. And you are, this is very much also the same thing that happened with Disney Animation, where they hired people that didn't know what they were doing. And then when those people were actually called upon to do something and they failed, they then lost their passion for what would have been a good career had they done it at a natural progression. And unfortunately, this is what we're happening. We're just going to see more layoffs, more firing. You're going to start seeing more companies go out because people are rejecting this. And unfortunately, there's no other way to get forward. Can we return to what we once had? I don't know, but I am certainly done with season passes and game passes and pre-orders. Remember, 2-year moratorium on AAA games, so it's going to get ugly. Let me know what you think of this. Make sure to like, share, and sub. If you've done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And
well, bye.